I'm James Cridland, the radio futurologist.
Challenge and creativity. From one flows the other. From the present to the future.
In 2007, I started working for the BBC in London in something then known as Future Media and Technology. And as soon as I was started, I was told of a split within the organisation's technology teams that I should be aware of. There were in essence two different technology teams, known as Big T and Little T. Big T was technology with a capital T, the sort of technology that costs lots of money. Transmitters, studio equipment, radio cars, cameras, CD players, all that sort of thing. Big T was an integral part of the BBC. The largest office when Broadcasting House was built was the chief engineers, so I was told, not the director generals. And when pressed after a few beers, the Big T people would all agree that really the BBC was a broadcast engineering company with some program makers using their nice equipment. Little T was technology with a small t, the sort of technology like laptops, websites, webcams, Perl scripts, email systems and all that. Anything involved with the web, particularly, was Little T. And this split used to be relatively common in many radio stations and radio groups. And it's the sort of split that becomes quite difficult to deal with for people in the intersection of the two.
Where change once moved as the hour hand on a clock, now it rockets at a speed the mind's eye can hardly follow.
Big T has big budgets, big responsibilities, and very long lead times. It speaks the language of broadcast redundancy and of caution. Little T has smaller budgets, but is required often to move at internet speed. Often it can't do a job to the same resiliency as Big T, so there's a real clash here sometimes. Is running the streaming infrastructure for your radio station the job of IT or engineering? It's audio and connects to Big T, so it's engineering perhaps, but it's computers and interfaces with the consumer internet, so it's also Little T. Who ends up doing that? You want to get audio files off the playout system, Big T, and then encode them and upload them to an audio server, Little T. You want to check which studio is on air, Big T, to switch the webcam feed for the website, Little T. Then there are those parts of broadcast infrastructure where Little T and Big T intersect as well. What data goes onto an RDS encoder or the DAB DLS? Engineering was once a complex world of soldering irons and replacing pinch wheels on cart machines and complex wiring looms, DAT machines and much more. But increasingly, a studio is a set of computers linked together and minimal other equipment, certainly unlikely to be user-serviceable. Engineering, in many ways, is now mainly an in-house specialist IT department. And the brighter radio groups have recognised this. And now they've single IT departments who might be supporting a sales database one day and a broadcast playout system the next. They'll probably have some RF engineers on staff or on contract, but IT is now a function across the company. And in my experience, and I've seen this now in a number of different radio groups, having one team rather than two has been a tremendous step for efficiency and new ways of thinking. So if you've an engineering department and an IT department, perhaps it's worth rethinking that. I'd recommend merging Big T and Little T, because good things happen when people work together.
Every link in the business chain dependent on the strength of its communications tie with every other link.
You can get my weekly newsletter at james.crid.land and daily podcast news at podnews.net. And until next time, keep listening.